Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Miss Camay Show. I'm your host, Miss Camay. Welcome to the show, everybody. Today, we have a returning guest on the Miss Camay Show, Miss Gwen DeVoe, the mogul herself. We had Gwen on the show back when we were on AM 1150 AM talk radio. In the middle of Full Figure Fashion Week, right in the heat of things. And Gwen so graciously joined us for a personal interview on the Miss Camay Show. So we have her back today. We are going to talk about her being a commercial print model, actor, and fashion event producer. She devotes her time to mentoring and developing individuals interested in modeling, acting, and entrepreneurship. Gwen's appeared on several TV shows, numerous campaigns and commercials. She's worked tirelessly over the years to ensure that plus size fashion brands receive equal airtime and tasteful recognition in the fashion industry. Welcome to the Miss Camay Show, Gwen.
Hi, darling. How are you? I'm so happy to be here again. This is our
Yes,
reunion. It's
yes.
our reunion.
Well, out here in sunny Las Vegas, where everything is, sequins and sparkles. We're great. We're so great. I'm so excited for your interview today. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to sit down and catch up with me. We're about to get the fever today from Gwen. We're about to get the tea from her, the fever, all of that. June 22nd, 2018, the city of New York proclaimed Gwendolyn DeVoe Appreciation Day for her work in empowering the plus size community through fashion. Talk to me about that. I mean, what was that experience like? The city where you live, the city that you love, that you're passionate about, essentially honoring you and proclaiming this day.
What was a big surprise? I think that what actually was happening, my crew, my production team knew that we were about to just sort of die everything down, have the event die down before we just put the event to rest, if you will. And I don't know if your listeners know about the process, but it's a big deal. You have to go to the mayor's office, and there's a special office within that office of the city that makes these proclamations, if you will. And unbeknownst to a lot of people, I also have a proclamation. It's over there, and I don't want to go get it because I may have to put down from another city too.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Okay,
it's
so
interesting.
this is just what you
It's a
do, right? This
thing.
is
It's
is
a
this, is this the
thing. It's
fever?
a
Is this the
thing. It's a
fever we're
thing.
talking
It's a
about? Is
thing.
this the fever?
Yes. And there's a lot of paperwork involved.
Yeah.
Um, they have to make sure you haven't stole from like the local CVS, those kinds of things. So, in short of being fingerprinted, there's a lot that goes on. They check your background, and it's a lengthy process. And so I
Sure.
was really, really surprised. I didn't know about it when I was leaving the stage to say goodnight, and the whole team ran out. We have a surprise for you. Blah. It's really, really, really nice. And every year on that date, in June, I try to do something. I did a couple of things during the pandemic online. So it's like a
Mhm.
big celebration of Gwen DeVoe Appreciation Day.
Yes.
I give away
Yes.
prizes. And so it's kind of
Nice.
fun. In a couple of years, I forgot. I,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just now, I think that not doing Full Figure Fashion Week anymore, I'm just starting to appreciate what the team really did to get
Right.
that recognition for me. So now
Yeah.
I'm keen on the date. I remember the date every year, and I
Yeah.
try to do something special, even if it's just taking the team out.
Right, right. Of course,
Yeah.
of course. Gwen is also the creator and former executive producer of Full Figured Fashion Week. The event celebrated 10 years, 10 years, a whole decade of production in June 2018, and is heralded as one of the industry's most legitimate gateways for plus fashion and a must attend for anyone involved in the plus size fashion community. So when your first interview on the Miss Camay show was, like I said, right in the middle of a full figure fashion week, I think, or right before. And I remember you had, an online model submission for, was it the cover? Like it was like the full figure fashion week online model. I can't even remember. I submitted for it. I,
It was
paid,
the
yes, paid,
face of Full
yeah,
Figure Fashion
the
Week.
face of
Yeah.
full figure fashion week. Yes, yes, yes. And just the opportunities that you have provided, and the foundation that you've laid in the plus size fashion community. Why? Tell us why.
Well, why? Why? Because I was keen on the fact that plus size women and men
Mm-hmm.
spend a lot of money on fashion and beauty products. Lots of money on fashion and beauty products. And I just feel like, or I felt like, well, I still feel like,
Yeah.
that we don't get our just due. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
I went to my first New York Fashion Week event, and there was nothing there. There was no model that was modeling on the runway that looked like me
Right.
terms of size. Everyone was really, really small. And I
Right.
didn't feel so bad about that. But when I went backstage for the trunk show and the
Mm-hmm.
security officer told me, "Hey, can I help you?" And I go, "It's okay. No, no, no. I'm just going to buy some stuff." And he said, "Oh, sis," or something to that effect. I
Yeah.
don't know if we were calling each other sis then, but anyway, details are fuzzy. But what he basically tried to tell me was that it makes no sense for me to go back there because there was nothing there for me.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
said that to me.
And
And
that
so,
was coming from, that wasn't even a woman in fashion. That was a man in fashion saying
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I mean, as crass as we may think that was, he was telling the truth. And I think that I don't think he meant to be disrespectful to me,
Sure.
right? But I
Sure.
think that he was just trying to say, you're kind of wasting your time. Don't go back there,
Right.
go get some ice cream or something, or treat yourself to an after show cocktail.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so I was like, okay, well, thank you so much. But then
Sure.
when I left, I wasn't mad at him. I
Mhm.
was mad at the fact that he was probably right.
Right.
And how dare they?
Yeah.
So seeing the show, we've all gone to fashion shows where there are no plus size models. So seeing
Correct.
the show not having plus size models, that didn't really hit me.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
didn't really hit me. But as a consumer, because sometimes they don't want to show the plus sizes. Maybe they couldn't find plus size models. But you're telling me that your line stops at what, like an 8 and go
Yeah.
home,
Right.
So
Well,
he,
I've even been to shows recently within the last year that had little to no plus size representation.
yeah,
So it's still common. It's still very, very common, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. Well, I
You
wanted to combat that. I just was like, we're going to break this mold, right?
right.
And so
And that's why.
that's
That's
the birth. Yes,
yeah.
that's the why. That is absolutely the why.
You've received numerous awards for your work in the plus size fashion industry. You're highly sought after, which that's no secret, right? We know that. She's a highly sought after event host, industry influencer, motivational speaker, and expert on the plus size fashion community. You've written content for USA Today, and you've appeared as an expert on several radio and television shows. So let's talk about that a little bit. You call yourself an expert in plus size fashion. Talk to us about that a little bit.
So I think that the reason why I'm considered an expert is really because of Full Figure Fashion Week, right? And the why, which is what you and I just covered. Um, to be honest, I'm not a fashionista. I'm not like your typical influencers out there that do get ready with me
Yeah.
outfits of the day. You will never see that on my page, right?
Right.
Um, but what I do know is I know the business of fashion, right? And I know it from the consumer's perspective. And I feel strongly in my heart that we spend so much money, yet we are unrecognized.
Yes.
for the spending power that we have. And that
Mhm.
annoys me. And when you annoy me, I do something about it.
Yeah, we're
You
gonna get
know,
that fever from you. They're gonna
that
get that
fever.
fever.
So that's that, Kamei, that's what it is. I am
Mhm.
an expert because I
Yes,
feel like I am the voice of I'm the epitome
right.
of the consumer. I am the consumer, and I
Right,
feel
right,
like I can
absolutely.
speak, right? I can
Yes,
speak authentically and tell brands how I feel, how my fellow plus size men and women feel.
correct.
And they need to do better.
Yes.
And sometimes they listen.
Well, I think they've been listening. I think they've been listening to you, Gwen. I'm seeing you more and more. I'm seeing you on TV and commercials. So I think they're listening. I think they're
They're listening.
listening. At the glorious age of 62, and I say that with the most respect and adoration for you. I believe myself at 52 years of age am the most impeccable version of myself
Yeah.
today.
Yes.
So the glorious is almost not even doesn't even explain it enough and give it the recognition that it deserves at
Correct.
62.
Correct.
You've done these amazing things. You have won these awards. You're the expert in the industry. You're a humanitarian in this industry as well. And you pivot and you change your direction and enter into this industry again, another underserved industry in the modeling and fashion world. And so talk to us about that. What are you doing now, and what's this underrepresented, group?
So after the pandemic, I retired Full Figure Fashion Week right before the pandemic. It was like I knew something was coming, right? And because I was all burnt out anyway, I just
Yeah.
went for the opportunity. And then my mentor, because we all couldn't go out, we couldn't get our hair done and all that other stuff, we happened to be on a Zoom and she asked me about my hair. Are you going to keep your hair gray? It's so beautiful, blah, 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 blah. And she says, I can get you some work. Now, I just retired Full Figure Fashion Week. I'm burnt out. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I just want to chill.
Right.
She kept pressing me, send me some pictures, send me some digitals, whatever. That woman had me signed in like 2 weeks
Yes.
with my
Yes.
first
Yes. And
agency,
let me applaud
right?
that. Yes. Let me applaud that. Let's give her a shout out. Who is your
It's
agent?
Dorothy Shee,
Yeah, there,
famous
Dorothy Sheen.
photographer
There
in
it
New
is.
York City.
Yes.
But while Dorothy was trying to coerce me into this new life of acting and modeling at the age of 62, I was already trying to find a way to connect again. I didn't want to produce grand fashion shows again.
Yeah.
Um, but I knew I needed something. And I'm like, if Dorothy thinks I'm like this fly at the age of 62 with gray hair, there are other people out there.
Right.
So during the pandemic, when we couldn't get together, I started a program. It's called the Silver Fox Model Camp. And as I began to grow in this commercial acting and commercial modeling industry, everything I knew, I would always teach people. I've
Right.
always been like that.
Hmm.
People are like, oh, that's your competition. You can't tell everybody everything. Whatever's for me, I'm going to
Right.
get, you know?
Yeah,
And
well, there's
mom,
enough room. There's enough room at the top,
for
the
everyone.
crab bucket is full.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
I believe that everyone can eat. We can
that's
all eat,
right. That's
right?
right. Yeah.
So I would do these workshops, and every time I got a commercial and I learned something on set, I would come back and I would have a workshop. And then I started inviting other like influencers and other industry people for commercial acting and commercial modeling to
Hmm.
take the pressure off of me a little bit so that they could present. And the
Yeah.
program grew and grew and grew,
Yeah.
and so, I mean, that's the story. It's like,
Yeah.
and now, we were just on Nightline.
Right. Yes.
It's
Yes.
just, I
Well,
can I
you're doing,
everything I touch
yes. Yes.
because of the authenticity, the pureness, and I am the voice of the people. Like you just said, if I find that there's an underserved population and I can do something about it, I don't know how it comes to me. I just go, oh, we need to do that for
this, right? Exactly. Well, here you are, May 19th. You're doing your virtual Silver Fox Model Boot Camp, $99 registration, 1 to 4. Where can people go to register and sign up for this boot camp? Anyone
So
in the
they
fashion,
can,
the plus size fashion or industry in the Silver Fox classification, right?
yeah, yeah. Well, if they can follow the program on social media, it's the Silver Fox Model Camp on Instagram and on Facebook. But we also have a website that's very user friendly. If you click on, well, after you look at the beautiful pictures of the fashion shows we've done with these mature models,
Yes.
scroll on down to where it says new events, new workshops, and then you will see the flyer. This workshop, we just had one in person, and so many people were not able to travel to New York. So I'm doing a virtual one on May 19th.
Great.
You can take the workshop from the comfort of your home, your
Wonderful.
backyard, your car, McDonald's, wherever you
Wonderful.
go.
Wonderful. Gwen, it is my sincere pleasure to be able to sit down with you, to get to know you, to become your friend in the modeling and fashion world. I have so much respect for you and the
Thank
platform
you.
that you provided for women of color, women of age,
Mhm.
underprivileged people around the world, essentially. You know, we have a global reach now, the power of social media. Thank you for paving the road for me. You know, I'm the short, petite, you know, curvy model.
Sure.
You know, there's so many different classifications and so many underrepresented individuals that represent a class of people,
People.
even in our country, right? But essentially
Right.
globally.
Mhm.
So tell everybody in closing, we just got a couple minutes left. Where can people connect with you personally? Where can people get some of this Gwen DeVoe fever you got, girl?
Well, I'm on social media as well under Gwen Mogul DeVoe. Um, I'm everywhere. I'm on your TV. I have a couple of commercials out. If you don't remember me being on Camay's show, just look for this hair.
That's
This is the
right.
brand. This is the brand. So follow me, and if you have any questions, I'm on Facebook. I answer everyone, every single person that reaches out to me. I answer them. So listen, follow the Silver Fox and or follow me. We're one.
That's right. That's right. Thank you so much for being here with me today, Gwen. Thank you for making time for us and sharing your power and empowerment and inspiration on the Miss Camay Show. We love you so much. Mwah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.